Just kidding, it's me. Welcome to my channel. So I'm back with another story time. And hello, my name is Laimi, just in case if you're new here. I tell all kinds of stories, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, really? Doesn't seem like it. I have nothing on. I know. But this video, it's gonna be a little bit different. A lot of girls told me that they like the way I do my makeup and they want to see me doing it on camera, and I was like, girl, I do not know how to multitask like that, so I've been putting it off, but I'm gonna try it today. Okay, so this video is gonna be a little different. I am gonna do my makeup on camera, and yeah, girl, but don't worry, okay, because I am still gonna talk about some scary stories. These stories are gonna be the apartment that I used to live in with my grandma. Okay, a long time ago when I first started, I did start talking about the apartments that I used to live with my grandma, and I used to say that it's very haunted and I have a lot of stories. So I am gonna talk about these stories while I do my makeup. Okay, I am gonna talk a little bit about the makeup that I use. You know, like, everybody has different skin types, not everything's gonna work for you, but I would still recommend some stuff. Not recommend, but just show you what I use. And if you've seen the first video that I post on the Halloween special, I did do a specific look, and I have done it a lot. Okay, so basically it's a cut crease with the line right here in the middle, and you could change it all types of colors. Okay, it doesn't have to be the color that I used, but I am gonna match it with what I'm wearing. But yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do with my makeup, and that's what I'm gonna talk about today, is the scary apartments stories. Okay, there I have like 3 of them I want to talk about, so that's what I'm gonna do. Whew, it's a long intro. Long video, hopefully not that long, but yeah, let's get started. So first off, I'm gonna be drinking, girl. Okay, you know the drill here. I am gonna be drinking today, and I have some white wine. So you know the drill. If you want to drink with me or anything you guys want, go get them, and let's get started. So I am gonna start off by saying eyebrows are done. Okay, I feel like I don't do the best eyebrows, so I just kind of just did them real quick, and yeah, we're gonna move on. So first off, where is it, girl? I have a mess here. See my brushes? I am gonna use, I like using a sunscreen. Okay, it is very important to use a sunscreen, of course, when you go out, but also include it in your makeup because it's what keeps you young. Okay, the sunscreen, that's what I learned. Also, of course, moisturize and all of that, but I am gonna be using some sunscreen. I am gonna be using some sunscreen. So I use this one. The first story is a Canica boy, and this story, I'm just gonna kind of start off how my grandma told me. So when we moved in to these apartments, my grandma got the bottom room. So I have talked about that we had apartments that were 2 stories. We had 5 bedrooms, and my grandma's bedroom was in the very bottom. Basically, the garden was right next to the room. Like, you had easy access because it was like right next to it. Okay, so one day my grandma wakes up and she tells me that she heard like someone playing canicas, and I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, during the day? And she tells me no. Like, I heard during the night, like in the middle of the night, someone playing canicas, and it was so weird. and I kept hearing it outside in the jardín, in the garden. And real quick, girl, I'm just prepping my eyelids. I am using just my concealer, so it's this one. I'm gonna show you. Oh no, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. It's the eraser Maybelline. Okay, so I'm gonna use that to prime my eyelids. I don't use a primer for my eyelids. You can use it, but I feel like concealer works just the same. So yeah. Anyways, my grandma said that she heard like someone playing canicas outside her bedroom right where the jardín is. And then I was like, you know what, this grandma is playing with me. She is scaring me. So I don't know, so I don't sleep at night. Like, I don't know. But she told me that she heard someone play canicas. And not just her. So my family, I had a lot of uncles and aunts, and including my mom, we used to all live there in those apartments. So my family was telling me that, yeah, like they heard the canica boy too. And I was like, nah, like they're playing with me, like it's a prank, you know, like that's my thought, that's what I was thinking. Is like, no girl, you're playing with me, there's no such thing as a canica boy, right? Well, all right, so girl, if you do not have Tati's eyeshadow palette, I recommend this. Is amazing. Okay, I honestly don't know if she's still selling it, but this is a great basic palette. Okay, if you don't have it, don't worry about it. All I'm using is just 2 browns. Okay, that's all I'm using. So basically every palette has 2 browns, but this one just blends beautifully. Okay, plus girl, these colors, I can't. Okay, like these colors are beautiful. Sorry that it's a little dirty. I use it a lot. Okay, so my brushes, don't ask me. Actually, they're a gift, and I'm just using this one. It's kind of just like an angle brush, and I'm gonna dip it into Sooth. So this like brown, basic brown color. So yeah, well anyways, what I was saying is that I thought that they were playing pranks on me. Okay, like I was like, these dudes think that I am dumb and they're just playing pranks and they're just saying there's a canica boy, but you know, whatever. I didn't believe them. So one night I end up sleeping in one of the rooms that are very, very close to the jardín. And you know, like I was there sleeping, and then all of a sudden I hear canicas. Okay, and it's the weirdest thing ever because you can literally hear, if you've ever played canicas, they're marbles. If you ever played them, they have a specific like sound. Okay, like you know it's canicas when you hear it. And I literally, like, I wake up and I'm like, is that canica boy? And I hear it clear as day. And girl, I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna get up and check. Okay, like no, all I hear is just the canicas, and you just hear that, and it just sounds like someone is having a full game of canicas out there. Okay, and your girl is just in my bed and I am not gonna go check. Okay, but I vividly remember hearing these canicas, and I believed right away. Okay, I was a believer because you could hear them outside the room, and it's just so loud, and it's in the middle of the night. Okay, like no one's out there just casually playing canicas, but I heard it plain as day. Okay, like I heard it. And so now all I'm doing, I'm blending. So grab a fluffy brush, the fluffiest brush that you have, and just blend, okay? I like to concentrate it mostly up here. I don't know if you can see me, but all I'm doing is just blending this eyeshadow upwards, and I like to drag it just a little bit outwards, because then we're gonna clean that up anyways. And I just blend. Okay, well, after that I was a believer, okay? I believe that there's like, I don't know, a little boy playing canicas up there. That's all pretty much of my experience. All I heard him was once, because the other times I was just not paying attention, but I did hear someone play canicas out there, and girl, I was a believer after that, okay? Like, I know my family could tell you that they hear someone playing canicas outside their bedroom, like in the jardín, and it's just the craziest and like the weirdest thing ever, okay? And that's the first story. I know this first story is not that creepy or scary, but it's gonna get progressively scarier, okay? So just buckle up. So basically, now that you, oh, by the way, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna just do one eye and then I'll do the other eye off camera, because it's gonna take me forever, okay? I'm telling you right here. So I'm just gonna do one eye and then I'll do the other eye off camera. So now I get like a tiny brush. It's kind of really compact. This one is from, I don't even know, okay, but it's called Pencil Brush, and it's a very compact brush. And I'm gonna use the darker brown that she has. This one is Ritual, so this one right here. All I do is I grab this color and then I draw the shape, okay? So I want to kind of do like a winged, so you want to do like a triangle, basically just like that, okay? I don't know if you can see me. And then all I do, I fill, and I'm basically just patting it, okay? Like, you don't need to blend it at this point. You're just packing the color into your eyelids. So then you get something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. You're just gonna wipe it away right now. So I kind of just make kind of like a little triangle. I don't go all the way up, just keep it in your crease. And then I go back with the angle brush and then just blend. I do grab a little bit more of the Ritual and then I just blend. That's all I do. Okay, girl. So, next story. So this story is about another ball. That sounds weird. But yes, I'm gonna start off by saying that I was vaga, okay, when I was younger, and you guys all know this, nothing new, okay? I was very vaga. I was a vaga, okay? Like, I had my days, I guess you want to say, that I started to rebel a little bit, and I was basically doing whatever I wanted. And you guys know this because I have talked about it in some of my videos. And I started talking to guys. Obviously, when you are a teenager, you start talking to guys, and then, you know, like, you get little boyfriends here and whatever. But I started talking to guys during the night. So during the night, I would get my cell phone and I'll be talking to these dudes. And obviously, like, that's a no-no. Like, like, my grandma was like, no, you're not gonna be talking to guys. Like, she was very into that guys get hot and heavy when it's during the night, okay? So her rule was like, no ma'am, you are not gonna talk to guys. And what she started to do is that because I would sleep upstairs and she would sleep downstairs, she started to sleep upstairs with me. And yeah, well, she started doing that because she did not want me to be talking to dudes at night. So this was one way to pretty much keep an eye on me and making sure that I wasn't talking to any dudes. And so yeah, like she started sleeping upstairs with me, and then one morning she ends up telling me, she's like, "Hey, mija, I just want to ask you, did you hear like a little rubber ball bouncing in the hallway?" And I look at her and I'm like, no. And she's like, well, last night when I was sleeping here upstairs, I heard a rubber ball bouncing in the hallway, okay? And the way it was set up is that there was the stairs, and then you go up the stairs, and basically it was like a whole square, kind of like a hallway, not a hallway, but like just a square in the middle, and then it was like all these rooms, 4 rooms plus a bathroom upstairs. And she said that in that little like square area, she heard a rubber ball bouncing. And I was like, Grandma, you're hearing stuff, because I did not hear anything. And she told me, like, I swear to you, I heard a rubber ball bouncing in the middle of the square hallway, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of laughed it off because I was like, you know what? Like, she is scaring me again. Like, she wants me to get scared so I could sleep, and so I won't be talking to these boys during the night. And that's her plan. She's just pranking me again, right? That's what I was thinking. So then I was like, no, like, she's playing around with me. She wants me to sleep at night and not talk to these boys. So that's what she's telling me, that there's like a rubber ball that is bouncing during the night. So I did not believe her, okay? So now I pretty much blended that brown out. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut my crease. And I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but these are actually paint brushes, okay? It looks like this, and it's just like flat, like a flat brush. And then I grabbed some more of my concealer, I'm putting it in my arm and in my hand. I coat it all the way, make sure it's like coated. And then I started making small like movements. I started very low, and then I started going up. You could create any shape you want, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be, see how mine is more like almond shape, like this is where my crease is. You could put it more up so you can make a different shape, so you could actually see it, and not just like the crease is covering all the eyeshadow. So you can move it up, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be your natural shape. You could create any shape you want. So that's what I'm gonna do, okay? Well, anyways, of course I did not believe my grandma, and I was like, this lady is psycho. Okay, like, it sounds horrible, but I didn't believe her, okay? I was like, no. So then one night I am in my bed, and then I don't think I was talking to anyone. I was just laying down in my bed, and all of a sudden I hear a rubber ball, and it's bouncing in like the hallway, the square hallway I'm talking about. And I just like, I get up and then I started listening, okay? Because it literally sounded like someone was playing with the rubber ball. Like, they were just bouncing it in the hallway, and you hear it, okay? And I was immediately scared. I was like, oh no, like, this is what my grandma's talking about. She's talking about this rubber ball that is bouncing, and I thought it was a prank. But no, okay, I swear to you guys, I've heard this rubber ball bouncing in my hallways and it scared me. And of course, like the Kanika boy, my butt did not move from my room, okay? I was like, no, ma'am, no. Like, I've seen enough scary movies. I am not gonna go check who's bouncing that ball, okay? Because I'm pretty sure I don't want to see whoever is bouncing the ball, okay? So my little booty stayed in my room and I just stayed there. Hold up, girl, I'm gonna concentrate. Okay, so I was definitely scared and I was like, I am not gonna go check, okay? Like, whatever, just gonna let him do his thing and that's it, go to sleep. So I ended up falling asleep and then I woke up the next morning and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna investigate and see if I find anything, right? So I go to another room that's across from the room I was staying, and underneath we had a chair. It was a wooden chair that my uncle made me, and underneath that wooden chair it was a rubber bouncy ball, okay? And I was like, no, I was like, I am not playing this, okay? Like, and I grabbed that ball and I hid it somewhere and I left, like, that's it. And I did tell my grandma, like, you know what, I did hear that bouncy ball and I took it away. And she told me that she noticed that when it was really dirty, like the house, I mean, we were really dirty, okay? Like, my grandma was super clean, but in her opinion, when it was dirty, she could hear that bouncy ball. Sorry, and all I'm doing is just panning down the what's it called, the concealer. I already created the shape I wanted, so I'm just panning down the concealer. Because I have nails on, I'm gonna use the same brush I was using to put the concealer, but I'm just taking away all of the concealer off the brush and then just using it to pat down. Okay, that's all I'm doing. And now I'm gonna use my powder to set it. So it's the Fit Me. My grandma's telling me that every time, like, the house is really clean, you can hear it, but when the house is like dirty, in her opinion, you could hear it. And it was just the weirdest thing. I don't remember if it was clean or not, but like, I definitely heard that ball and I definitely saw it in another room, and that's what kind of scared me. I was like, oh my gosh, like, si es cierto, like, there is someone playing with the rubber in this one. I'm pretty sure they're playing with that particular rubber bouncy ball during the night, and that is pretty scary to me. And that's pretty much the second story. I mean, that's all I could tell you about this bouncy ball. So at this point, all I did was I set the concealer that I had, and this is a half cut crease, so I didn't go all the way. I kind of just stopped halfway. And then once you have that done, once you're there, okay, so once you're done with that, I have this Morphe palette that I got for, I think, one of my birthdays. One of my friends gave me this palette. I'm gonna use, yeah, the lid comes off. Sorry. But they have this orange, okay, that I think it's gonna go great for what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna grab this one. It is thin but not super thin, you know, just this one basically. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet my brush, so I'm using the matte NYX, and then I just spray it, and then I dip it into this orange. I like to spray it one more time. Yeah, you kind of get like an wall, like an eyeliner. Yeah, basically. So girl, here, shh, complete silence. Okay, so now I am gonna create a line. You're basically gonna use the same line that you cut your crease, so you're just gonna create or trace that line that you already have. Okay. Alright, so basically you get something like this. I don't know if you could see it. There's like an orange line right here, and I just used this orange one right here. Now I do want to give it a little pop, so I'm gonna use, it's like super dirty but I do have this Color Pop California Love. I am gonna use El Capitan, so this one right here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna follow that line, and you know what, if you make mistakes, don't even worry about it, because all you could do is grab your flat brush, grab your powder, your setting powder, and then just go over whatever mistake you made, and you're done. You're good. So I am gonna spray it, soak it. Basically, that's it. You kind of just follow it. I don't know if you could see it. It glitters a little bit, and it looks really, really cute. All right, so now I'm gonna do an extra story. So before I start it, all I'm gonna do is, I'm almost done with this eye, so all you have to do is blend that harsh line that you see, and then just blend a little bit on top, and basically that's it. Like, done. You're done with this eye. I don't do any eyeliner. I kind of just like it like this, the way it looks, but that's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is just blending this very harsh line, and then blending on the top, and then we're done. So I am going back with my Tati, and all we're gonna do is blend. So then now this third story, this one, it was during the day. Okay, normally things don't happen during the day, but this time it happened. Okay, and I wasn't the only one in the room. I was in the living room basically, and my mom was with me, and it was time to get ready to go to school, and I was like taking my sweet time. Okay, and I was watching a cartoon, and the specific cartoon I was watching was Pokemon. My grandma always told me that Pokemon was del diablo. Okay, like she would always tell me that we don't watch Pokemon in the house because it has, like, I don't know, like monsters, and I guess that's what she didn't like. So we didn't really watch Pokemon in the house, but I, again, very rebellious, and I was watching Pokemon in the house. So my mom comes into the living room, and she tells me, come on, like, get ready, we're gonna go to school, so get ready, like, get ready, we're leaving. And I was like, no. She's like, yeah, like, turn it off. So then I went up to the control, and I pressed the button to turn off the TV, and it did not want to turn off. Okay, like, the volume went down, and it kept on like muting itself, but it did not want to turn off. So I told my mom, I was like, I know you think I'm playing with you, but I'm not playing with you. It does not want to turn off. And she looks at me, she's like, you're playing with me, Noemi. Like, come on, stop being funny and turn off. Talking about TVs. Turn off the TV. Like, turn it off. Stop playing with me. And I tried, and I swear to you, it did not let me turn off. And she kind of got all like mad at me, and she's like, fine, I'm gonna turn it off for you. So she grabbed the control and she tried to turn it off, and for the life of us, It didn't turn off, okay? It did not turn off. It stayed on the Pokemon, and it just, the volume would turn off, it will mute, but it did not want to turn off. And we got chills, and we were like, oh my god, like what's going on? And my mom was like, this is so weird. So she somehow, I don't know how, we ended up turning off this TV, and she kind of like, you know, like she took it as a life lesson. She's like, ya ves, por no hacerme caso. Oh no. She kind of took it like a life lesson. She's like, ya ves, por no hacerme caso, the cuckoo is after you. And I was like, okay, whatever. But it was definitely a very strange thing. Like, the computer was, I'm sorry, the TV was working just fine, and then all of a sudden it did not want to work. It was just very, very strange, okay? So now I have everything blended, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you're done. All you need is just, I pretty much put like a glittery here in the inner corners. I do my bottom lashes, but I do those later on. But basically, this is the look, girl. Like, it's not that hard. And yeah, like, I'll be right back, okay? I do have another story that I want to tell, and this one is probably the best story out of all the stories I just told you. So I'm gonna do the other eye really quickly off camera, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so basically I am done with the eyes. I don't know if you can see them. Do you want to get a closer look for my own host? They're a little messy, so all I'm gonna do, I'm going to grab a wipey, and then I'm just gonna clean the bottom. So I'm just gonna go a straight line. All right, so I'm back, okay? This video is kind of all over the place, sorry. But it's the first time. Anyways, I am back. I already finished my both eyes. I did put eyelashes, and I'm gonna show you. These are the eyelashes I use, and I really like these. You could get these at Marshalls or at TJ Maxx, but they're these lashes. These are new, like the style of lashes. I like the brand, but they're okay. They're pretty cute. I do use another one. I think the other ones are 203. But this one's 204, and they're okay. But I do recommend these lashes. These are really, really good, and they're only $5.99 for 3 pairs. Okay, so perfect. Now I also did put some shadow here in my tear duct. I put, what did I put? Oh, I used a Tati Beauty, and I used this one right here. It's the Soothe Row, the metallics. And then after that, girl, I'm trying to go fast because I take forever to do my makeup, okay? So I'm trying to hurry as fast as I can. So I did put primer. I love this primer, okay? This one is the e.l.f. matte. I also do use the, oh no, sorry, this one's a poreless. So this one's a poreless. I love this one. I do also use the matte e.l.f. putty one, and it's kind of, you've seen this everywhere, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure Jeffree Star made it like popular, but it's kind of like a putty material, a putty texture, and it's really great, okay? I really do recommend this one, and the matte one is good, and the poreless is good as well. And then after that, I'm gonna do my makeup, and I am gonna tell the last story while I finish up my makeup. So I am gonna use the Fit Me, can you see it? Yeah, the Fit Me matte and poreless. This is a oldie but a goodie, okay? Like, I really do like this makeup. And then of course I'm gonna use my sponge. I like this one. Alright, so all I'm doing is just putting on my makeup, and I am gonna start off the last story, okay? And this one is one of the best stories, in my opinion, and it's not my story, it is actually my grandma's story, but she told me, and I thought it was so cool because if you've seen my videos, I have a video I uploaded, and it's called Family Doppelganger. And that one is basically, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a really good story, but it's basically a, I guess, ghost that my aunt saw that looked exactly like my grandma. And I thought it was so strange because my grandma saw another I don't know if it's the same ghost, but she basically saw a ghost that looked like one of my cousins that used to live there with us. And I thought it was so strange that it's not just me that had the experience, and my aunt, it's also my grandma. And it's just so weird how like these ghosts are kind of disguising themselves as us, like part of the family. It's just so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna get started with the story, okay? So grandma told me that she was asleep at this point, okay? Like it was bedtime already, she was in her bed and she was asleep. Well, all of a sudden she kind of hears a noise. She wakes up and she looks up and she sees my cousin, okay? And she kind of like she looks at him, she's all like, let's just call him Cameron. So she looks at Cameron and she tells Cameron, what are you doing up? Like, go to bed. And Cameron doesn't say anything to her, okay? I'm sorry, at this point I'm just getting my concealer. I'm putting some in my ojitos and in my forehead and my chin. So then she tells Cameron, she ends up telling Cameron that it's really late and that he should go to bed. But Cameron did not listen, okay? Like, he didn't answer her. And she kind of just like laid down again. So she basically just lays down again and she looks up again at where Cameron was, and Cameron isn't there anymore. So she remembered that she saw him without a sock. And my grandma, okay, I don't know what to deal with her in socks, but she's always told me that if you don't put socks on and if you're touching the floor without socks, if you touch the floor without socks, you get pata de lonche, okay? So she was very kind of like big deal about this. So she's like, ay, este niño, he doesn't have any socks on, so I'm gonna go put on his socks. So she gets up and she goes to the bed and she calls out Damon's name because she's at Damon's room. Sorry, Cameron's room, and she kind of calls out his name, see if he's still awake, and he is completely asleep, okay? Like completely asleep. And she's like, huh? She checks his feet and he has socks on. And she was like, what the heck? That is so weird. So at this point, girl, I set my makeup. I put the same powder I used for my eyes. I use this kind of flat brush and I set everything. Then now, of course, we do need some I look white and I do need some bronzer or contouring. I love this one from Wet n Wild's, and I use both sides as you see, but I'm gonna use the bronzing one. And I love this makeup brush. This one's from Eco Tools and I use it to contour. And all you're doing is just following my natural line right here, and I'm just putting in some products. I do also go up to my forehead. Alright. Now I'm gonna get this brush. Is again from Eco Tools. It is like an angled brush and it's supposed to be like a foundation brush, but girl, we don't follow the rules here, okay? Like I use it for whatever I need it. So I use this brush to contour my nose a little bit. I am not perfect with this. I kind of just put some powder and I blend a little bit. So my grandma, she kind of freaks out because at this point she's like, I literally saw a little kid that looks like Cameron, and she went to go check Cameron, and Cameron was completely asleep, okay? Like he had his socks on, he was asleep, okay? My grandma kind of freaked out and she's like, what the heck? Like, did I just see Cameron? Like, it was so weird. She tells me that she didn't get spooked because she literally thought it was Cameron's. That's why she didn't get spooked. But it was just very awkward when she found out it was not Cameron, okay? So now I'm gonna put some blush. I love some blush. I am gonna use the e.l.f. Can you see it? Yeah. So I'm gonna use e.l.f. It has 4 different shades. I do like to mix them depending on what eyeshadow I'm wearing. So it's kind of like an orangey. So I am gonna use this one right here that it's very like orangey. I'm just gonna use it by itself. And I just do it on the apples on my cheeks. So now I'm gonna highlight. I am gonna use, sorry it's dirty. I use it a lot, so I'm just gonna use this one. It's kind of like a fluffy. I like using eyeshadow as highlight, okay? Don't kill me, all right? Sorry, not sorry. But I like using, and girl, I use my eyeshadow palettes a lot that I break tops. But I'm gonna use eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna use this one. As you can see, I love it. I'm just gonna put a little bit right here. See that? Oof. And then all I'm doing, I'm just blending the contour I have here. I grab my brush again and I kind of just go over it with a little bit of powder, not a lot of powder. And then I go back with my highlighting brush. I put some right here in my Cupid's bow, I think that's the name. And then I also go right here in my nose, my 90s. Trying to hurry. Alright, so basically those are my stories. I have another cousin, like the brother of Cameron, and he also had an experience that he saw his brother Cameron in the kitchen and it wasn't him, okay? So girl, I am telling you, like almost all of my family have had experiences with like ghosts in that house. I am just gonna grab some powder and I'm gonna bake a little bit. I don't bake a lot, okay? Like I don't bake. All I do, I'm just cleaning up this area right here, and I'm just kind of making a straight line so it could look defined. So basically I'm done with my makeup. All I need is my lips. I am gonna spray some of the, you know what, I'm gonna spray the Radiant. I showed you I have the matte one, which this one's very good if you want it matte, but this one has sparkles in it. If you're not into that, I don't recommend it. I wasn't at first, but girl, it is actually really good. I like the little sparkles. You can't see it that much, but please do it far, okay? Do not do it close, because if you do it close, you're just gonna have like a lump of glitter. you just want to do it far away, and it just looks like little kind of glitters everywhere. I love it. No, and then I'm just gonna do my lips. But to finish up this story, I'm gonna use this one from Maybelline. This one's the Naked Matte Naked. But yeah, to finish off, like almost everybody in my family had experiences with ghosts and stuff in that apartment, and these are one of the few stories that I have, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a very like different video. I normally don't do this request to do my makeup while I'm filming, and I'm trying, okay, like it's not perfect. I don't have everything down because again, I don't do this, but I hope you guys do enjoy this video. We're just gonna finish off with the lip gloss, and that's the finished makeup look. Okay, there you go, a little bit close up. Anyways, if you made it to the end, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it was a very different video normally what I do, but I did want to do this one, try it out. If you guys like it, I can do other makeup looks, but I did want to start with this one. I did tell a little bit of scary stories, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.